Now that you act with our Spider-Man, do you think there is possible to play a superhero or a villain in the future, or you don't like?
I like them enough. I mean, I'm not one of those purists who are like, oh, this is not cinema. I think, the audiences decide, and obviously they've been hugely successful.
Quase certeza de que ele ameaçou me matar.
Não mexe no ouvido assim, parece idiota.
Hi, Mr. Wahlberg. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it was funny, it was clever. And the movie showed a younger version of Sully and Nathan. Do you think it was a better idea to tell a origin story instead of just adapt the first game?
For me personally, yes, because when I was attached to play Nathan Drake, I was much younger and much more believable as that character. Now, 12, 13 years later, I'm a little bit older, but I embrace the idea of playing older. I love the idea of playing Sully. I thought it would be a lot of fun for me, a different kind of challenge. It's certainly just new for audiences to see me playing the older guy, and in a way where I could have a lot of fun with it. And I think Tom and I did a great job together because we have great natural chemistry, and we love to give each other a hard time. And I think that chemistry is the thing that really elevates the material and makes people want to see us together on screen.
And how is to act with Tom Holland? Is he that fun? Because he seemed like a really nice guy.
He's a really nice guy, but he's also super competitive. So sometimes it's a bit of a pain in the ass because he's constantly trying to compete with me. And I'm like, why is this guy doing that? But now I just found out a couple things. One, he was like, being the little brother. And two, he's a Gemini. So he's a lot more like me than I would prefer. Now that I know this, I'm fine with it. But, I was one of those things where I was always just trying to help him and embrace him. And he's trying to compete with me all the time. I'm like, what's going on here? But that's the same thing I used to do with my brothers, that I still do with them to a certain extent today. And I'm 50. So I don't think that'll ever go away. But it made for great chemistry between the characters, too, because Sully also has his own agenda and things that he wants to accomplish. And Nate's really just the kind of pure, sweet, innocent kid who, really is very good at what he does, but his pursuit to find his brother is very honest and pure.
Quem é esse aí?
Eu sou amigo do Sully.
O Sully não tem amigo. Eu sei, eu sou amiga dele.
Some people say video game adaptations might be cursed because it's really hard to please the audience and the critics. Why do you think there's no such huge success on video game adaptations?
I think it really comes down to the source material. But Uncharted itself is such a cinematic game. I mean, the visuals, the storytelling, all of those things make for a great movie. And then it just comes down to the execution. And for us, you can't really, the most important thing you have to do is focus on the audience and the fans, the people, the 40 some odd million video games that were sold. You have to make sure that you make them happy, and then you also have to introduce it to a different audience that doesn't necessarily have to know what Uncharted is to want to go to a movie. It feels much more like Indiana Jones than it does Max Payne or one of these other video game adaptations. So I think it's the perfect video game to adapt into a film.
I've realized you're one of the few huge Hollywood actors that haven't been in a superhero movie yet. Now that you act with our Spider-Man, do you think there is possible to play a superhero or a villain in the future, or you don't like?
I like them enough. I mean, I'm not one of those purists who are like, oh, this is not cinema. I think, the audiences decide, and obviously they've been hugely successful. It's just for me personally, as an actor, I would have a really hard time walking out of my trailer with a cape on and a spandex suit. But that being said, I was really working very hard to bring $6 Billion Man to the screen, which is based on a TV series. And it was lots of wish fulfillment in what this character could do based on what they did to him. But it was grounded in reality, and you felt like it would be much more believable as being realistic to me to be able to play that part and feel like, okay, I can do this in a way where I don't feel silly. But
Mr.
maybe you never
Wahlberg,
know. Maybe the right part will come along. We'll see.
Mr. Wahlberg, thank you very much. Hope to see you in a sequel, maybe shot here in Brazil.
Yes, I've never been. I can't wait to visit.
Thank you very much. Have
Thank
a
you.
great day.
Ciao.
Eita, cara!
Não deverias ter vindo sassaricar com o cachorro grande, Campinha. Agora vais tomar os bons catiripapos escoceses.
Quê?